Good evening, guys. I think you can hear me loud and clear. Okay. Okay. Good evening, everyone. So I am Aditya. I'm the CTO of TechWid Labs. So the main intention of calling all of you guys for this meeting is to give you an intro or to give you some brief on how to exactly uh, try to complete your project work as well as your report. So this is very important for completion of your degree. Don't take this lightly, because even to complete your degree you need your internship. Only after successful completion of your internship, report and everything, you can get your degree. So that is why it is very important for you to complete this last portion which was being left out. Okay. So the thing about the whole point of this internship report and everything is to formally write down whatever you have actually done through your internship program that was held during your last semester. So how do we exactly start with this report? Okay, so since you have all taken the topic of AI and ML, so report making as well as projects. Okay, so how do you exactly do this report making as well as projects is simple. So step number one is selection of project topic or selection of topic for internship. Okay, so how do I select this topic for internship, or how do I exactly do this is very important. So we have a set of topics that will be sent to you on WhatsApp group in a PDF. So that is nothing but company problem statements. Okay, so everyone, please pay attention and kindly note down everything. Okay, so this video will also be shared as a recording to your group so that you can view it at any point of time. We'll upload it on YouTube and we'll send it to this. See, whenever you want to do your internship project report, the first thing is where do I start, or how do I select the problem statement? Okay, so the thing number one is we will be giving you the problem statement as a part of TechWid Labs. So you can use that particular any one of those problem statement. Okay, so you are working on this project individually. It is not a teamwork, it is an individual effort. Okay, so this is an individual effort and you need to work on the project work on an individual effort, and you need to select any one of the company problem statement. So how do I get this problem statement from the company? It is simple. So I will try to send that problem statement link on WhatsApp. Just for a second, I'll try opening that also on my system so that you can understand how exactly it's happening. Okay, so I think you can see my screen right now. So this is about the problem statement. See, basically, we'll be sending you this PDF file which will contain multiple problem statements. So there are around 15 problem statements here. So what is your task is you need to select any one out of these 15 problem statements and try to do your project out of it. After doing the project, the same thing, you will be writing it in the form of a report. Okay, so there is small customers data set, There is Iris data set, there is also Boston housing data set, fake news detection data set, wine quality data set, heights and weights, Parkinson's data, Uber pickups data, credit card fraud detection data, Bangalore house pricing analysis, Zomato data set, Bangalore placement data set, IPL batting, Indian startup analytics, and used bikes data set. So these are all around 15 data sets we have given. So what you need to exactly do is you need to select any one out of these problem statements that we have given. Okay, so select any one. Okay, so after selecting that one thing, so what is the next thing? So after selecting any one, second step is working on the data set. Okay. So what is working on the data set, or how exactly you need to do it is simple. So you had worked on a library called as pandas. So pandas is a library in Python. So using pandas, you can select the rows. That is nothing but cleaning the rows, columns and everything. So cleaning the data will happen using pandas. Okay. So your data set will be in the form of CSV files, that is comma separated variable files. So what you need to do is you need to download the particular problem statement, whichever problem statement you have chosen, the particular data set you need to download. So after downloading that, you need to import it onto your Python code. So then using pandas library, you can do the cleaning. You can remove the waste data, unwanted data, select the columns which you need, and whichever columns you don't need, you can remove it off. So that is all the things you could do here. So then what is the next step is, third step, like working on the data set is like the step number 2. So selection of topic. Step number 2 is working on the data set using pandas. That is a Python library. So then cleaning the data and all those things, you can do it using pandas itself. Third thing is data visualization. Okay, so what is data visualization? So data visualization is nothing but drawing graphs for data. So we need to draw graphs on data. So whatever data you have chosen from the CSV file, that particular data set, you can draw graphs. That is, you can draw line graphs, you can draw bar graphs, histograms, pie charts. So depending upon what data you have, what you can understand from the data, you can draw graphs onto those particular data sets. Okay. But how do you draw the graphs? Using libraries called as matplotlib. So that is also a Python library where you can visualize the data using different graphs using matplotlib. That is nothing but a mathematical plotting library in Python. So these two are the basic steps. So step number 1 is nothing but using your data set, selection of topic and using the data set. Step number 2 is importing the data set onto Python, that is a CSV file. Then what you need to do is you need to clean the data set or select the rows and columns, whichever you need. So the third step is using that particular data to plot graphs. So whenever you're trying to do a project, the first important thing is you need to plot the graph. That is very important in the case of your data visualization, or that is nothing but plotting the graph. So step number 1, 2, 3 done. So everyone understood, right? Okay, so the next is nothing but step number 4. So what is step number 4 is understanding the data set and applying the machine learning algorithm. Okay, so what is this understanding the data set and applying the machine learning algorithm? Since you have done your internship very long back, you would have forgotten it. So just to brief you, so whenever I give you data like Iris data set, okay, or diabetes data set, any kind of data sets, so you should understand whether this data set belongs to a classification or a regression problem. So classification is classifying, simple. If it is a cat or dog, so I will classify my data into cat or dog. So that is classification. But regression is nothing but using my past data, if I can find out my future data or the previous data. So that is called as regression. For example, if I have, like in my first internals, I have scored 20, and if in my second internals, if I have scored 25, obviously the third internals would be somewhere between 22.5 or the mean values. So that is done using really linear regression. So basically you should understand whether your problem is regression problem or it is a classification problem. So classification is simple. You are categorizing data, diabetic, non-diabetic, then deceased, non-deceased, short, tall. So like this, all these data you are trying to classify. So classification is grouping, regression is like predicting in the form of a graph. So you need to understand the data set and then try to think whether whatever you're doing is a regression problem or a classification problem. So after doing that, you need to apply it to a machine learning algorithm. So what are the machine learning algorithms available? In case of regression, you have linear regression. So in case of classification, you have logistic regression. Then you have k nearest like k means k nearest neighbors. So then you will have random forest decision tree. So all these are nothing but your classification algorithms. So any one you can choose and you can apply the machine learning algorithm. Okay, so regression, it is only you can use just linear regression. But in case of other things, so if you want to like work on logistic regression, or if you have a regression problem, linear regression, if you have classification, that is nothing but if you want to try to classify things, then you can use any one of these classification algorithms. So that is very important. So regression and classification you need to identify and you need to apply the algorithm. So how will you apply? Using scikit-learn. So what is this scikit-learn? Scikit-learn is a library in Python again. So then using that scikit-learn library, what you will do, you will try to use it and you will try to apply the algorithm basically. So then the fifth step is simple. It is nothing but checking the result. So if you give your own data, what is the result that you are getting? That is nothing but checking the result. Okay, so if you are giving your own data, what is the accuracy you are getting? What is the precision you are getting from the algorithm? So that data, you will try to use it using your checking the result, and you will give your own data. Okay, so this is how you are doing your 5-step process. Step number 1 is selection of the project topic, that is nothing but the problem statement. Then step number 2 is working on pandas to like load the CSV file, that is the data set, then try to clean the data set and everything. Step number 3 is visualization, where you try to graphically visualize the data using matplotlib. Then step number 4 is applying your machine learning algorithm and understanding whether it is a classification or regression problem, then applying machine learning algorithm. So after you applied, what is the use? Then you need to check for your own result. You need to give your own data and try to check for your own result. Okay, so that is how these 5-step process is there. So after doing this, this is the whole project that you will be doing. So how do I put it in the form of a report? So if you want to see in the form of a report, I'll just show you one sample report. Yeah, this is the report that you need to do and submit it to your college. So this, your college would have given you a starting page and also a certificate page. So after that, declaration and all is simple, acknowledgement is all there. Then the certificate which you will get for completing your internship. Then abstract. See, the first thing is you will write about the company profile. It's not visible. Okay, I'll just share my screen 1 second. Is it visible, guys, right now? Okay, good. See, the thing is, writing the report is also very important. So after you do the project, so that is what you will do using Python. So you will take in your own data set, try to clean the data set, apply one machine learning algorithm and try to see accuracy. So this is a similar report. Okay, so report, you will get the front page, certificate page, as well as declaration page from your college, even acknowledgement also. See, and also certificate, we will give it to you, you can attach it. Okay, so then you will write the abstract. So what is the abstract? So in abstract, you're writing what is the data set you have chosen and what exactly does the data set deal with. So that is what you will write in the abstract. Okay, so abstract is why are you doing this project? What is the main aim of the project? So that is what you will write in this abstract. So after that, you will write the company profile. So company profile, we will give you the company profile. So you can take the company profile and you can like use the same company profile and you can try to paste it. So it is nothing but telling about the company, what the company has done. So what is the whole what activities does the company do, what achievements has the company done. So all these things will be like given to you. You can copy the same thing. Okay. So then after writing about the company, so next thing is task performed. So what did you do in your internship? So then again, you will write about the data sets which you have used. That is nothing but whatever data set you will be using it for your project, you will be writing the same thing. So motivation is all the same. Hardware, software requirements, generic. Okay. So then data pre-processing. So what is data pre-processing? Data pre-processing is nothing but how are you using the data? So how did you gather the data set from the CSV file? Then what features did you select? So this is the step one, where you took the data set in the CSV file and try to analyze it. That is the step one. So then step two is nothing but what is the step two is nothing but like cleaning the data or using the data using, that particular data you're trying to clean and you're trying to take in whichever columns you require. So that is nothing but pre-processing and feature selection and reduction. Then the modeling. So modeling is nothing but choosing which correct algorithm. So any one of the classification or regression algorithm depends on which problem. So in all places you can't use regression, in all places you can't use like classification. Which problem statement you have taken, the same thing you need to choose and you need to do the modeling part. Okay. So then we have something called as performance measures. That is nothing but the accuracy of the model and the precision of the model. So that also can be done on scikit-learn only. Scikit-learn, you can create the model and you can evaluate and see the performance of the model using scikit-learn. But initially, if you want to see, take in the data set, clean the data set, you need pandas. Then if you want to draw the graph or anything, see, this is how I expect. So step number one is nothing but what all the libraries that you took. Step number two is nothing but how did you read the CSV file, then saw which kind of data is there, then removed some kind of empty data or waste data. Then you're trying to plot a graph here. So she has done some engineering college predictor. So that is why she's predicting CET score versus 12th score versus CET score. So all these things she has done. So then some kind of data she has removed because all the data is not necessary. So then using the same thing to try to create a model. So what is a model? She has used logistic regression model to predict the college. So that is what is a machine learning algorithm she has applied. Okay. So each and everything you write the code here and the output also you can print it below itself. Okay. So then again graphs will be included. So this is what accuracy, precision and recall. So then you'll have conclusion and further enhancement. So this is how you do the report after doing the project. Okay, so I will send you this report as a reference report. So you can keep that reference report and you can try to do it. Okay. So now the next thing is how exactly are you, how is the process of selecting the topic and how exactly are you going to complete this thing? Okay. So we will send you a Google form. Basically, we will send you a Google form. So using that Google form, you need to fill in your name. Okay, USN. Then your project topic. So out of the project topic which we have given, you can choose any one, or else if you want to choose your own topic also, that is also fine. So I'm not restricting that you need to use the same thing. Okay. So we will give you a Google form and give you 2 days of time. Today is 6th. So 8/4/22. So you need to have submitted the Google form containing the topic. So this is individual. So each and every participant should go search for the problem statement that is there in the PDF, or else if you have your own problem statement, you can take that in. So then you need to fill the Google form, which we will send it to you. In that Google form, you will fill in your name, USN and the project topic. So you need to fill it within 8/04/2022. Then work on the projects. That is 5 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Data set analysis. What is this data set? What am I doing? Then it is nothing but data cleaning and acquisition. Okay, so then you will apply a machine learning model, or else first is visualization. using matplotlib. Then you will apply an ML model using scikit-learn. Then you will try to see the result, that is accuracy and precision. So these kind of things you will be trying to do. So after doing this project, so you can take screenshots of code, graphs, output and everything. Then you can try to form the report according to the format that is given to you by me right now. Okay. So report according to format. Okay. So you need to complete the whole thing within 20th 08/2022. So within 20th, you need to complete the whole thing. That is selection. First is before 8th, you need to type in your name, USN and project topic to block that thing. Then what you need to do, you need to select these, you need to perform these three things as a Python project. So then you need to do a report. So how do you do the report? According to the format which I have shared it. Then submit the report on or before 20/08/2022. So this is the whole thing. So you have any doubts or any clarifications you need? Guys, if you have any clarifications, any questions, you can ask me, I will answer. Okay, so it is clear. It is very simple. So it is Python project you will do. Similarly, you will take a screenshot of all the things that you have done and paste it in your project, add some explanation to it and do it and submit it off. So very simple. No, as I told you, data sets, you can prefer these data sets if you don't have any data sets or if you don't have any idea. So if you have any ideas, you can easily go and search for your own data set. So if you ask me, where do you get the data set? You can get the data set on Kaggle. Okay. So very important. You can go to kaggle.com. So Kaggle is a place where you can search for data sets and you can download and use any kind of data set. So Deepak, it is good question. You can take in any data set, but preferably if you don't know which data set to choose or if you're in a confusion, so then you can choose the data set which we give it to you. But if you're clear or if you can deal with the other data sets also, then you can choose your own data set. So if people have missed this whole session, so I will upload the whole video. See, end users, if college is asking end users, whatever problem statements that you are using, those problem statements are for the company's research work. So it is for the company's research work you're trying to do. So that is why end users are companies itself. So you are doing the project for the company. Okay, so I think things are very clear. So I'll be sending you one Google form, the problem statements plus the report format also. So all these three things I'll be sending it to you. So please do fill the Google form, select the topic by 2 days. So after selection, you can take your time and complete the project as well as the report. Okay. So submitting the report, I will send another Google form where you can submit the report. That will be done later, but filling the form with respect to the project topic selection. Okay. Okay. I think things are clear. So guys, I'll be posting the same video link on YouTube. So that YouTube link, I'll be sharing it on WhatsApp also. The same thing, you can look at it if you have any doubts or questions. So thank you guys for attending this meeting. So make sure you are completing everything because internship is very important for your graduation as well. So thank you guys, and please do follow all the instructions.